know, we got a special guest here today. Hamza, right? Did I pronounce it right?
You got it.
Man, boy, you know, your legacy is it coming with you? No, you never know. Hey, man.
Which is why I like that.
Yeah,
I like,
man. Tell me, where you from, man?
I live in LA now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, talk to me a little bit about what you do, man.
I run a nonprofit alternative art space called The Brick.
The Brick.
Yep.
Now,
We just bought a
right.
building and just changed the name.
And
It used to be called LAX Art, but now it's called The Brick. People used to confuse us with the airport. So I
The
knew
Brick.
it was
I-
time for a new name.
I remember that there was a book out there called The Brick. Probably several of them. The one about diversity, The Brick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when it talked about how diversity needs to be in one square like a brick.
Oh,
And everything needs to be inside of that one brick. Anything you can pack in there is called diversity.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was about confusion myself.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, I would prefer that the metaphor be the wall is the diversity and made of many bricks.
Yeah, resistance at all costs,
right.
they
A
say.
brick is a pretty homogenous unit.
What does your company do?
The formal mission is to promote developments in contemporary art
Wow,
through
man.
exhibitions, publications, and public programs.
Really?
So yeah, we just show contemporary art. So
Just show it.
we
And so
show it.
are you like the
we're
like-
nonprofit, so we don't sell artwork or
Okay,
anything.
you show
We
it.
commission new pieces.
Really? And do you work within the city fabric also, infrastructure to bring
No.
that monuments and stuff like that to bear?
Well, we're working on a big exhibition about monuments. Not about monuments, actually featuring monuments. So I've had to work with municipal entities to borrow them.
Got you.
Yeah.
And so where you going with them? So now that you got them,
We're bringing them to LA.
okay, the monuments.
The monuments.
So
So
what are you gonna do with them?
we're gonna
get them
we're
there.
gonna show them with works of contemporary art.
Okay, and are you gonna sort of talk about the history of them?
Oh yeah,
all
they'll
of that,
be-
and how it integrates into the now and present being and all that kind of good stuff.
all of that kind of
Wow.
stuff. Exactly. We're gonna make them accountable to the present,
Wow,
but still contextualize them
wow. So
while decontextualizing them.
So what's the end result? What is it that you're looking to what's the goal, the strategic goal?
Peace, love, and understanding.
Yeah.
Same old, same old. Right?
You know, so,
Talk about
so
the
you ain't gonna reprocess the
fabric.
pieces and none of that and put them into a basketball court or
Well,
something like that?
actually, in one instance, yes, we are. So we have a couple pieces. I mean, people have that's the big question, right? The $1 million question.
Yeah.
Like, what's being done with these things, right? So now that they've come down, and a lot
Did
of
you
people,
bring that question, or was it a group
no,
of people
most
that
people
you
ask
knew?
that question in general.
Yeah, okay.
Like, what's the fate of these monuments?
And you heard that message, that question.
I hear that question all the time.
Yeah.
So the minute I tell people about the exhibition, I mean, I think you were asking that question.
yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
that's the number one question that I get when I tell people about the show.
What you gonna do with them?
Right. What's the fate of them?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. What's
and,
the goal?
and people ask, like, are you doing something with them?
Huh.
So in one instance, yes, we were able to take possession of one and to give it to an artist
Got you.
in order to have it transformed.
Oh,
to put it
okay.
in
Now,
right.
hey, yeah, man, that's pretty cool, man. When you think about it. So, do you bring these pieces in and do you open them up for bid for an artist to come in and do it, or you
No.
select an artist, or
No,
they're
no.
already
Right.
working for you to do this?
No, the fact that we were able to take possession of one, that's anomalous,
Right.
right? Most places, out of sight, out of mind. They've taken them down and they've put them into storage, and
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out what to do with them.
Yeah.
But in this case, the prevailing political winds, the pieces were so toxic that they said, no,
Man.
we got to get this stuff out of here. We do not want to put it in the basement of City Hall
Yeah.
and forget about it.
Yeah.
So we'd like to give it to an organization that can talk to us about transforming it.
Wow.
So they put out a request for proposals.
Yeah.
So they took our bid. And
Wow. Wow.
so we were able to take Stonewall Jackson.
Did it? Oh,
From-
shit. Did it bring some heat, man?
No, the heat was, there were two statues. This is Charlottesville,
Yeah. Oh, man.
right?
Man, I spent a whole lot of time in Savannah, Georgia, boy. I know
Okay.
what it's like down in there with about this shit here.
All right.
All right.
So Charlottesville, right?
Yeah.
This is where the Unite the Right rally
Yeah,
took place.
uh-huh.
So the Robert E. Lee is the one that most people know.
Yeah.
That's the one where the Unite the Right, where
Right,
the white
right,
supremacists,
right, right.
the tiki torches, they rallied
Yeah.
around that one. So that's the one that took all the heat. The Stonewall Jackson, which was like 2 blocks away, that was in the shadow of the Robert E. Lee. So when we acquired that, there wasn't nobody raised an eyebrow because everybody was focused on the Robert E. Lee, which had, national attention. Now, the Jefferson School of African American Heritage, that's who acquired the Robert E. Lee, and they melted it down.
Yeah. Smart
So,
move.
yeah.
Well,
So that was in New York. They had that.
Did they resurrect it with something else?
No. They're
Or
gonna.
just
They
have
want
bad karma
They
altogether.
They wanted. They melted it down. And they want to give the bronze to an artist to make a new piece.
Yeah.
To be unveiled, 2027. That's a little tight. Which is the 10th anniversary of the Unite the Right rally.
So would you agree that these things have a personality or a spirit or something that, because the artists and the energy poured into that inanimate object, I don't know. I mean, I wonder if they absorb a spirit of some kind.
Well, I mean, people ask that question, are they even art? It's like, no, that I don't go that far.
Yeah.
They're still artwork.
Yeah.
Like love it or hate it, but it's still art,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Now, do they still retain the status of art once they've been taken down, once they've been decommissioned? I think they still retain their status as art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then, but a lot of them have been damaged. They're beyond repair, so they can't be put back up.
Yeah.
And I find that state. So maybe once they're damaged, do they make the transition to the afterlife as an artifact? Right.
Where you from, man? Where you from originally?
New York.
Where you Best Side?
Hmm?
Where you Best Side, Brooklyn?
No, man. Lower East Side.
Lower East Side. Ain't you
Avenue C and 14th Street.
Jersey. Yeah, come on over, as they say, 6.8 miles from the bridge.
So I like that.
What made you
6.8 miles?
6.8 miles.
That's
where
an
I grew up
eternity.
at,
That's
man.
an infinity in New York. Nobody.
Hey.
You ask people in New York a mile, and they're like, I don't know what a mile
Hey,
is.
but I say you get lit. We say let's take a walk, but we be downtown Manhattan, in no time at all.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
It's true. Just take a walk. Let's go for a walk. Walk with me.
So what made you drift into this realm, man? I mean, this sounds like feeling like a deep realm. I mean, it was, how'd you wade through the minutia to get here? I mean, because obviously this is sacred territory, man, for a lot of people, especially in the art world. How'd you navigate through this stuff, and how'd you arrive to this, man?
I backed my way into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. In terms of becoming a curator.
Yeah.
It wasn't. You couldn't get a degree in it at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I found myself more interested in questions surrounding art than just other disciplines and fields.
Right.
I found myself wanting to read and learn more about it.
Yeah.
Just naturally. In a certain sense.
And do you find that
there's wanting to be around artists?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So it wasn't just
whatever,
like art in general.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't like, oh, I want to be at the museum and
Yeah.
No, it's like no. I mean, like being around artists is exciting to me. That I find that inspiring.
What's the most exciting travel you've made over a piece of art?
The most exciting travel I've made. Well, I get to travel a lot. I get to travel a lot under the rubric of traveling for art, which is nice work if you can get it. So I don't think I can say it's like I get to do studio visits in Europe, been in China, and there's still some places I've yet to go.
Yeah.
But I went to Africa a couple times, and that was
right on.
Going to South Africa. That was a highlight.
And so the art there, did it talk to you?
South Africa. I mean, this is a long time ago. This is 97. 96, 97. And man, it was such a moving experience.
Yeah. Those are the kind I'm talking about.
I mean, but all across the board, it was like the most beautiful place I've ever been. And at the same time, it was a very turbulent moment.
Yeah.
And it was also, in some sense, like, sad, but still hopeful because it was a moment of transition.
Yeah.
And then the landscape of the Cape Flats. So I saw whales mating.
Yeah.
Now that was
big.
That was big.
Yeah, big vision. Yeah. And so
that was crazy.
So here you find yourself in Port.
That's bigger than art.
Yeah.
Seeing whales mating. Yeah, in the
I'm
bay,
trying to
see
think.
them
They
when the
kinda big.
tails
Yeah,
go
yeah,
up, and they,
yeah, yeah.
it's like, yeah.
So here you are in Portland, Oregon, man. I mean, did you spend some time at the
Oh, no,
symposium today?
yeah, I did. I caught the
Yeah.
second half of the second panel discussion with
Right on.
Marie and Gerald,
Gerald, yeah.
Clark, and Sarah, who's moderating. I
Right,
think.
right. What's your thoughts so far, man? I mean,
Oh no!
what's
I mean,
been
what the
experience?
little that I caught of it was quite
Uh-huh.
beautiful.
Cool,
I
cool,
gotta
cool.
say, it's like, I was just telling a colleague, Carl. I was like, well, I'm a C plus B minus student of contemporary indigenous
Yeah.
work, which is just like a real it's having a moment,
Yeah, man.
right? But what I like is like there's so much to learn about what that dialogue is about.
Uh-huh.
Those indigenous perspectives.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But it was
Fragile,
nice
though.
to-
Fragile indeed, right? I mean,
yeah.
You navigate yourself around those conversations. I always say it's always a little uncomfortable sitting in front of a sea of white folks, explaining myself,
Yeah. I've given up. I mean, I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, black, white. I don't give a shit about, like, in terms of whoever.
Well,
is
no, you
the-
go express, but I mean, it
Yeah.
don't change the discomfort, at least for me.
Right, well,
Probably
yeah,
a cellular
I no
kind of
longer-
thing.
I gave up. I can't. In terms of discomfort,
Yeah.
just be yourself.
Hey, look,
It's all you can be.
hey, as a linebacker, you play hurt. It don't matter.
Yeah.
But I mean, you
It's
play,
like
you keep
you're-
playing,
Play
It don't-
hurt. I
Yeah,
like that.
you know?
I like
Hey, that's
that.
just the nature of the beast, man.
I
I
like
mean,
it.
so
You play hurt.
but I articulate myself in a way they may think that sometimes it's a this or a that, but really what it is a phenomenologist. That's who I am. I mean, man, I've been around long enough to see blocks of time. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So there's some predictable indicators and numbers, but I mean, it's like this shit happened, and this is span of time, and this is what I saw. Now they may
Yeah.
not like what I say I saw. That's on them,
Right.
But I'm only saying what I saw.
That's true.
So,
That's
hey,
true.
man, listen here. This was a pleasure, my brother, man. I look forward
Thank
to
you for
hearing
having
your
me.
gifts tomorrow, man, and some
All
of the things that you come here to share with us, man. And I'm really looking forward to that experience, man. And
Likewise.
man, I'm glad you were able to come to the house, man. And welcome to this being on this episode of Black Beat Podcast.
Yeah, man.
Respect
Thank
to you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Rita. Hey, man, art at its best here at the symposium. And look here, you still ain't seen it yet. You got some stuff coming at you.
All right.
Yep. Hey, man, much respect to you. Yep.